Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Yeah, got a phone there. Today, I just want to talk about how your plan's going. You know, we've now, I guess, entering the fourth week of January. Oh, tough to get out of my speaking. But, you know, a diabetes plan is meant to do each and every day. And if you're finding it hard to do it each and every day, setting up a plan, then maybe you need to speak to someone about it. You know, for me, I would get home from the hospital visit and I would try to mimic what was going on in the hospital. And it was always something simple. Oh, my collar, sorry. But, you know, there was always something that I don't know, I go to work and forget my lunch, so I eat crap at work. And, oh, well, you see, I survived that shift. That's easy. And then I just get into my old ways. When I got into a more stable training position, my life went so much easier. You know, you may have a job you love, but you may need to say, you know what? Let's modify this somehow. Let's find something about the job you like. For me, it was training, and I was able to train, and I thought I did a damn good job as a trainer. Would I go back to training? Sure. There are some jobs as a diabetic that put a huge amount of pressure on you. The only way I got full-time hours was when I had to do nights, which was causing huge... Excuse me for a second. Sorry, just had a sneezing fit. Oh. But you have to find a way of incorporating diabetes into a position. And if you can't, then maybe we need to look at a different position. Doesn't mean you failed. And I don't want anyone to feel like, oh well, I can't do that anymore. I failed. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Let me fix my pillow again. What I am trying to say is, you gotta try. I got up, I went back to my graveyard, but one of the things, I don't know if I really thought of this earlier, was I was working nights. Straight nights for years. Oh, God. And I would sit there, and I can remember, this is just an aside, but New Year's Eve, there was a New Year's Eve. My manager, in order to save money, didn't put another person on with me. And I was racing around trying to get everything done by morning. He comes in and yells at me that everything's not done. You know, you gotta set people up for success. And that's where I think my doctors at the time, and granted, I didn't have an endocrinologist at the time. So, you gotta take it with a little grain of salt here. But, sorry, itchy nose. I think I really needed to start treating my life more as a nocturnal being during those years. I would get up, let's say 7 at night instead of 7 in the morning. And, or maybe even later, but, go to work at 11, work till 11 to 7, come home, have an evening, which would have been morning for most people, and continue on. I don't know if that worked out right for me. I don't know if I had the stamina. I would come home from work. I would pretty well fall asleep. Like, I wouldn't even be able to keep my eyes open. And I would sleep and I would eat. And at night it's, I'm hungry. But you know what? I think part of I couldn't stay up all night. I just kept looking forward to my days off where I knew I could just sleep at night. And you tried to get up and you tried to do things because everyone else in your family has a normal day going on. But no, you would have to stay up all night. And when I finally got where I got a note from my doctor, and I had been there for about 6 years, and my doctor said, you know what, you need to stop doing graveyards. You've done. So he gave me a note, I took it in, and it was accepted. And I went off and I started to work days. My blood sugars started to come down. And you know what? You may have a night job that works for you. If you're able to stay up all night on your days off, great, but I couldn't because everyone else in the house was sleeping. And I'm not giving them crap for sleeping, but but the effects it had on my diabetes. Now, I'm not saying, all of a sudden my diabetes was, sorry, I'm bleeding, perfect after that. But you know what? If you want to do a support group, maybe that'll be a topic. Oh my God. Trying to live with diabetes in the real world. And when you're starting out and you're trying to get any hours you could get whatsoever, and I started, people were showing up for work, so I do 3 to 11s and then 11 to 7 on top of that. And I started to do a lot more than I need be. And did my blood sugars falter? Yes. So I guess that's kind of why that, my doctors never kind of gave a second approach. And when it came time, I went to see my endocrinologist. I was investigating because I wasn't getting any jobs, and the jobs that I needed in order to have medical, it was crazy. Anyway, I went into my endocrinologist and I said, I'm barely living. I could do anything. And she said, I said, the only way I could get more money is if I'm on disability. And she kind of looked at me and said, well, you should have been on disability a few years ago, but you were so gung-ho. So she had no problem signing me up for this. And when I went through the forms, I saw that while I wasn't critically disabled, like, I had to be in the wheelchair all the time or what, people and you need to give in. Now, I had a few other medical problems going on that made my disability go through. And that, I'm not for people people expect me to think, oh, well, you should be all for diabetics to be disabled. And I'm not. A lot of diabetics get up every day and they go to work. They come home, lead a normal life. I'm talking type 1s here. Not type 2s, yeah, that's a given. Are they disabled? Not really. It's when your blood sugars are so unpredictable that you don't know what's going to happen. So, find a job that suits your diabetes. It could be in the service industry if you want it to be, but there's always a niche that you could work on. For me, again, training. Anyway, we'll talk more about this later. Have a great day. Bye now.